Get this baby going here. All right. We're there.
Right there. All right, guys. Hello from Deep South Homestead. Danny's playing around. He don't like the mouse.
I hate a mouse.
I'm used to it now. I used to love a mouse, and I didn't have a mouse for a long, long time, for many, many years, and I got one because this computer was messing up, and I got used to the mouse.
Yeah,
So.
I don't like mouses.
Okay, we're good.
We're good. Get that up there in the top corner up there and get it out of the way.
It's still hard to read from back here.
Yeah, but it's
I gotta move up some.
it's as big as I can. Well, I can make it bigger, but
No,
I mean,
that's okay. I can see it. But the deal is, we're so dark. I've tried lights and I've tried stuff, and we're still dark unless we sit way up like this with the light.
That's it way back here.
Oh.
But then I can't see the computer.
No. It would be good if we were a little further back, I guess. Maybe I ought to try. Well, we don't, it's on that side. I don't know. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
After we get through our discussions.
Oh, have we ever used grow bags for our garden? No, we have not. We use containers a lot. We use raised beds a lot, but we never have used grow bags. We've never really had a need for them.
Yeah. We've had a lot going on this week. I've been busy this evening too. Well, we've been going since, I think, were we going at 6 o'clock this morning?
6 o'clock this morning. Yeah, we've been going since 6 o'clock.
We went outside at 6 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, we had to pick okra, squash.
We had rolls.
We had to put rolls or plastic around some rolls of hay.
And we still got some more to go.
Oh, we got like 18 more to go.
But we had 2 outside and 2 in the high tunnel.
Yeah.
I mean, the other 18 in the high tunnel.
Yeah.
Our third high tunnel becomes a hay barn.
Yeah, our third high tunnel's got the trees in it, is now a hay barn. So
you can do amazing things with a high tunnel. Just saying.
You can, yeah.
Somebody says that thank you for the Women's Day collaboration. Y'all, if y'all did not,
that was hilarious.
If you didn't see the women's collaboration, Danny laughed at me. He was sitting over there. He wasn't there half the time, but he came after the rain and helped me on mine. If you didn't see us over on Crazy Days, go check it out. It's Women's Day out. But I had a bunch of amazing people join me, a lot of ladies. And I'm going to tell you what, out of all of them, Lynn from Homestead Aus, she's in Australia, she did a parody at the beginning of hers. And it was so funny. If you have not watched Lynn at Homestead Aus, go over and check hers out. But I have a playlist on Crazy Days called Women's Day Out, and check out all of them. I had B from Life Done Free, Jan from Not a Real Farm, Lippy from Miss Lippy, Amy from Raising Ronies, Kathy from Hills Mill Homestead, Michelle from Permapastures Farm, Angela from Grumpy Acres, and Lynn from Homestead Aus, and Marie from Homestead Heart. So I had a wide variety of people helping from all over Canada, Australia, and all over the United States. And they showed a lot of good stepping outside their comfort zone.
Right.
Pretty much.
I think it's a good idea. I mean, I think that, women should know how to do everything on a farm because you never know when a life-changing event could happen. I mean, we had that happen. Remember when I messed my knee up? You had to go feed the cows the hay. You had to do everything. Yeah,
and I bring that out in my video that, sometimes you're a single woman on your homestead, whether you are single by choice or your husband passed away, you are a single woman on a homestead. And lots of times you have a lot of stuff you have to do. And this equipment makes your life easier. Danny and I put off buying a new tractor for years. We just would not do it. And when we bought our first one, we're going, why didn't we do this sooner? And then when we bought the Kubota recently for me for Mother's Day, I don't have time to get on it every day. I don't use it every day, but it's here when we need it. And the grapple has come in to be one of the best investments we've gotten in a while.
Yeah, it really has. The question was asked, how long do we leave our carrot seeds covered In the videos, I explain 6 to 7 days. We pick the plastic up on the edges or the whatever kind of covering you use, whether it's cardboard, plastic, or whatever, and we look underneath it. If we see the little sprouts coming up, we take it off. But usually 6 to 7 days. Don't go any longer than that.
Yeah, a lot of them are saying that they're doing things. I have ladies. I'm gonna tell y'all what. I have a bunch of ladies that message me here and there, and they answer on here and they're on videos. They do a lot themselves. They're there by themselves. They're 60 and 70 years old, and they're rocking it. Some of them still using chainsaws and
Oh, we got
all kinds
somebody.
of stuff.
We got somebody from Camden, the Jesus People Homestead, Cynthia Stone, Camden, Tennessee.
Oh,
we got something to talk about in your hometown.
the Self-Reliant Festival in
Yeah.
Camden, Tennessee is June
June
11th and
12th.
12th. Billy from Permapastures Farm is going to be there, and a whole slew of other people. It's a 2-day event. Danny and I wanted to go. We bought tickets, and he's trying to pass the kidney stone.
I've got a kidney stone that I've been trying to pass now about 2 or 3 weeks, and it just hadn't passed.
And we just really couldn't travel for 8 or 9 hours. Just going to my granddaughter's graduation last weekend, an hour and a half drive there and an hour and a half back. He was about done, so I knew he couldn't travel, and so we're gonna just wait and see how things go. They have one in October, so we'll check on that one in October. But if you're in Camden, Tennessee, check out the Self-Reliant Festival, June 11th and 12th. I think you'd be around a bunch of like-minded people, and you would enjoy it. Billy's going to be actually showing how to butcher a pig on the first day, and they're going to cook it, I think, on the second.
Yep, at the John Willis place, ain't it?
I think so.
Yeah, I believe it's at the John Willis place. I think if y'all go, you'll enjoy it. I really believe that you will.
Yes, somebody's saying John Willis.
Yeah. Oh, Hills Mill Homestead. Hello from the hills of Tennessee. Hello there, Mr. Mickey, and I guess Miss Kathy's there with him.
Their date night.
Their date night, yeah.
It's our date night too.
Okay. Annette says, when do you start using Dr. Earth Golden Bloom on your garden? When the plant starts blooming. That's what it's for. It's phosphorus. When plants start blooming, you should always load the plant up with phosphorus, because let me tell you something, with all the chemtrails that's been sprayed in the air, we're getting a lot of aluminum in our soil. Aluminum is binding up the phosphorus in the soil where the plants cannot take it up. So you got to overload the ground with liquid phosphorus in order to get your plants to grow well and do well.
I wanted to mention Jan from Not a Real Farm is on here tonight. Today is her birthday. She turned 21 today, y'all. So wish Jan a happy birthday. She's not 21.
I was going to say, I don't think so.
Oh, come on. What do you think? She's 29 and holding?
No, I'm not. I don't even, one thing you learn you never do is talk about a woman's age.
I can, because I am a woman.
You can, but I can't.
Jan's 21, y'all. Just wish her a happy birthday. And then my son, Eli, his birthday is today.
Okay, do you put fish emulsion on watermelons? You can use fish emulsion on anything. Yeah. I think Ms. Wanda's been putting it on, you've been using liquid phosphorus on your watermelons in the high tone, haven't you?
I'm using Hoss Tools Micro
Boost.
Boost? Yeah. Boost?
Micro Boost, yeah.
Yeah, I'm using Hoss Tools Micro Boost right now.
Did I get my meal from Justin? Adam, no. Justin hasn't actually finished his meals yet. I was in contact with him this past week. I'm kind of working with him on this a little bit, helping him get it all out there. And we've got some issues we're dealing with, but we're right on schedule. We're trying to make sure we get them out as quick as we can.
This lady, Miss Deborah, says she has a jar of peanut butter from 2016 that has is in the recall thing. How do you explain that?
Let me tell y'all something about this recall.
The recall numbers were vast. I looked at them. It must have been thousands of batches of Jif peanut butter. If you want to know from the numbers, everybody in America probably has a jar.
Let me tell y'all something about this recall stuff. Now, I'm not telling you that it's not legitimate, but let me give you some food for thought. a lot of this recall stuff, nobody ever goes back and does follow-up work on it. How do we know that when they do these recalls, they don't pull all this food off the shelves, and some of the elites come in and buy it and take it and store it underground for their own personal use whenever everything collapses? Now, how do we know that that's not happening? And because that would be a legitimate way to get it out of the system and be able to bring it in, and because whoever checks to see what they done with it?
Think how much peanut butter just got pitched in the garbage.
I bet it didn't get pitched.
No, I mean,
I bet somebody
that didn't take it back.
Yes, people who didn't take it back and just threw it in the garbage. And that's another way of getting the people to get rid of the food that they bought.
That stored.
Yeah, that stored it up.
Andy and Renata have been married 47 years this week. Happy anniversary, Andy and Renata. It's friends of ours that live in a town right close.
Let's see
What kind
here.
of fertilizer do you use in your green stalks? How often do you fertilize them? I always use some type of liquid, either like the Micro Boost from Hoss Tools, or I use a fish emulsion, or I use what is the green, the bluish green?
Miracle Grow.
Miracle Grow. I couldn't think.
Yeah.
Something liquid, and I mix it ahead of time, and then I pour it in the top, and then I add water on top, which puts it down every 2 weeks.
The Swapper Homestead said, my jar of peanut butter is almost empty. I didn't see any reason to check the numbers because they've already ate most of it and they didn't, nothing happened to them, so why check?
Well, the deal is if you eat, you open the jar, it smells good, it looks good, and there's nothing going on, and I get you won't know problem. But if you eat the first peanut butter sandwich, you eat the first sandwich and you don't get sick, the jar's good. That's just.
Nadia, it's perfectly fine to move your tomatoes into a shade because I want to tell you, this sun is intense.
It is.
Let's see here. I'm missing lots of these questions go by and I didn't get to see them.
Good evening, Danny and Wanda from a small town in Wyoming. That's Wyoming Yeti. I think Y-E-T-I, Yeti.
Okay, H. Jones 89. It's so small I have to look. I work 2 jobs and still can't figure out how to afford a tractor. It's not hard at all. You figure out what's the most important thing to you. You pay your house note, you pay a vehicle note, you pay your insurance, you buy a tractor. I mean, you pay for a vehicle. Do you go on vacations? Don't go on a vacation. Do you go to movies? Don't do movies. Do you have cable? Cut the cable off. I mean, that's what we did. I mean, we don't go nowhere. We don't do nothing. We don't go to the grocery stores. We don't buy junk food. We don't buy Coca-Colas. We don't do none of this kind of stuff. We set all of our money back and we pay our bills on a tractor and we buy tractors with it. I mean, that's the only way we figured out to do it.
Somebody said something.
Do we have trouble with potato bugs?
Not till this year.
This year is the first year we ever saw a potato bug on our property at all, and I killed every one of them I seen, and I have not seen another one.
Is diluted human urine good for plants?
Yes. Diluted human urine is great for plants.
How do you kill ants on raspberries?
I don't know because I don't have ants on my raspberries.
They like berries though. I do know that. Let's see.
Danny, my grapevine leaves are turning brown here in Arizona. It went to 110 this week. It's probably the heat. I'm gonna tell you, you need to get them in a shade or put a shade cloth over them or something, because this heat has more radiation in it now than it ever has. Our magnetic fields are down around the earth, and it's letting more radiation come in.
Good job on the walk-in cooler.
Oh yeah,
it's been nice because
that thing has been a lifesaver for us.
So much going on this week to be able to put some stuff in there and just let it sit in a cool environment. We had to start picking blueberries this week.
Oh, the blueberries!
And a couple of times I had to go stick them in the cooler and leave them overnight and get them out the next day and process them because we don't have room in our freezer, and our freezer's topped out. So I'm having to can anything that we get. Everything has to be canned, freeze dried, whatever. I can't leave it sitting.
Amy, I don't know what is a budget friendly. I don't know what a budget friendly phosphorus is. We found one this past week that we ordered and got it here. It was kind of budget friendly. It's made by Schultz. That's SCHULTZ.
Yeah.
It's in a powder form, just like Miracle Grow, but it's phosphorus, and you mix it up with water and put it around your plants. And so far, we haven't had any problems.
It was a little bit cheaper than Dr. Earth.
It was cheaper than Dr. Earth.
I don't know. It wasn't quite half price.
No, what is it?
I don't remember right off, but it was Dr. Earth was a
good
bit more.
The shipping on Dr. Earth is what got us. We couldn't do it because of the shipping.
The shipping was pretty high, and we couldn't find the phosphorus anywhere else.
Yeah.
When we were looking.
That's true. Danny, my tomato leaves are turning yellow after I planted them last week. Can Miracle Grow help them? Yes, it can, but let me tell you something about Miracle Grow. It's okay to use Miracle Grow because it's just liquid nitrogen, but it's just like crack cocaine. If you're not careful, a plant can get addicted to it if you use it on a regular basis. I would suggest only using it about once every 2 weeks. I would go back with some calcium nitrate. I would dig a couple of holes around the plant and put a tablespoon or two of calcium nitrate in there. And use that as well in the granular form. Do you use a Crossman pellet gun? I have one, Suzanne. Yes, they don't make this gun anymore. It's an RS-22 pellet rifle that.
Somebody asked about the one that's on Amazon. We put one on our Amazon link or on our thing. It's as close as it comes, but it is not the same as
the one I have. The one I have, I can shoot things up to 100 yards away and still kill them without any problem whatsoever. It shoots like a .22 rifle. I mean, it is a very high-powered gun. I paid, gosh, it's been several years ago, and I paid.
That was before we got married.
Oh, it was before you got married.
Yeah, you've had it more than.
I've had it
12, 15 years.
I bought it when I was out at Rhett and Phillips. I probably had it 16.
Probably
16 years ago. I paid almost $400 for that gun 16 years ago. So I mean, it's a very expensive pellet gun, or air rifle, I guess you might call it. It's got interchangeable barrels. It's got 177 caliber and 22 caliber barrels for it. Tomatoes need magnesium, so add Epsom salt to. The thing about magnesium, and you're correct about that, is you've got to make sure when you put magnesium and calcium together that you get the ratio right, because one will cancel out the other one if you put them in there at the same time. I seen this one come through a while ago. Emmanuel's Promise Farm. What type of soil do you use in your greenhouse? We use a mixture of our soil, which we take trash piles and push them up with the tractors and let them rot for a year. And we take that rotted material out. We put about half a bucket of that, and then we finish filling it up with Schultz 9-month fertilizer topsoil, if you want to call it that, in there with it. And we just mix it all together. And then I do a pH testing on it. I put in lime to raise the pH up. And anything else we need after that, we just add it to.
Angie Martin said, do you think that chemtrails killed our tomato plants that were beautiful and green one day and woke up the next day they were dead?
No.
Sounds like Grazon.
Sounds like a herbicide. If you've used any kind of manure, hay, or anything like that around your plants, it sounds like Grazon, Remedy 2,4-D, or something like that, because that you just explained the perfect scenario for that to happen.
What is in urine that is good for plants?
Nitrogen. Urine is loaded with nitrogen and phosphorus. Which plants will like coffee grounds? Coffee grounds are kind of a nitrogen based also. Any plants that need nitrogen, like tomatoes, any of your nitrogen fixers. I mean, you don't want to overdo it, because if you put too much nitrogen, don't ever put it around beans or peas or anything like that. But strawberries, anything to this nature, because it's an excellent source for nitrogen around plants. But too much nitrogen will make you have too much plant and not enough fruit.
Okay, MLP wanted to know what's the name. It is Golden Bloom from Dr. Earth. Golden Bloom, and it is liquid phosphorus. But it's a I think a white container with some pink on it or something, but it's
Yeah.
golden bloom. Danny, could you do a video on proper tilling and space planning with a tractor for beginners?
I have tons of videos out there about tractors and equipment and everything and planting and I don't know that I ever talked about spacing though.
Did you see that there was another train derailment in Alberta, Canada with potash? I did.
Yes. Is hay marked Grazon? No. The only way you know, Jay, about Grazon is you've got to ask the people that you got it from, did they spray the fields with Grazon to kill the weeds in it? Because it's a broadleaf herbicide. It's an aminopyralid that passes through the animal's guts and goes out through their manure and stays in the manure, and it will taint your soil, and you won't be able to grow anything for up to 10 years if you do not use a monocot plant to pull it out of the soil or just replace the soil.
And one problem is with hay, you're getting it from a second person. You're not, unless like we buy it from the person that processed the hay. But most of the time when you buy hay, most people buy it from a secondhand, like a feed store or something like that. Unless you go to the farmer and you buy what he just baled, you're getting it from a second person. So the second person usually has no clue if it's been done or not,
Right.
because we ask people and they go, I don't have a clue.
Yeah.
So
Mike Tally says, Danny, do you have squash vine borers and leaf-footed bug issues? No, I don't. I use that liquid phosphorus from Dr. Earth, and it smells so bad. That's the only thing I can attribute to the fact, Mike, that I don't have any squash vine borers or any squash bugs or anything like that, is the stuff just stinks so bad. Now, fish emulsion might do the same thing. I can't promise you that, but it would be worth a try. How do I get rid of roly-polies? We don't have a roly-poly problem. I mean, roly-polies usually stay underneath junk. I mean, like old boards or metal or anything plastic laying out on the ground. And we don't have, I mean, we try to keep everything picked up around here. We don't have a problem with that.
Jeremy wants to know, how far away do I need to plant my squash from my Cherokee tan pumpkins?
If they're of the same genus, which would be Cucurbita mochata. If your squash is Cucurbita mochata, then you need to be 100 yards from it. But if not, it's not going to hurt to plant. If you're, I can't remember what the other varieties are right off the top. It's Cucurbita. It's not machata. It's
there's another name.
There's another one.
It might have the first part the same, but if the second, if they're, or is it if the first is the same?
Well, you can't do it. You can't do it if the last two are the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody wanted to know, would a date tree grow in Georgia?
I do not know. I have no idea. I have large amounts of bamboo plants in my back acres. Do you know if the leaves are good as mulch? New to composting. Only thing I know about bamboo is you're going to have a lot of ticks and you're going to have a lot of chiggers. If you bring them up anywhere around you, you're going to load your place up with them.
Somebody wants to know, would you do a video on tractor implements, the names, how they're used, farm equipment, and attachments? Or not? There's not that many videos out there showing that. We have several.
I have some videos
of farm
equipment and everything.
They're older, probably 4 years old or so.
Yeah, they're pretty old, I'm sure. All
right, so our roly-polies, orange bugs.
No, roly-polies are small gray little bugs.
Blackish, grayish looking.
They look like an armadillo. Their back has a lot of little ribs across it, and they can ball up in a ball.
Yep. Can green zucchini be planted next to yellow crookneck squash? How about watermelons?
Yes, you just can't save the seed from them.
They can all be planted.
They can all Cucurbita maxima.
That's it.
That's it right there. Yeah, you can plant them next to each other, but you just can't save the seeds from them.
Are we using Skylink for internet?
No, we do not have any Skylink, and we haven't found anything that works here.
We have HughesNet,
Yeah.
Gen 5. Best thing we can come up with. It's not necessarily the best, but it is the best we have.
I want to raise a cow for beef, but I have very limited good grazing grass. Can I still economically raise one? It depends on how old it is when you get it, and how much area you have, because it takes, for a regular cow, it takes 1 acre of grass per cow. A Dexter, you can get away with half an acre per cow. You're gonna have to supplement it with some hay along, some feed. I still believe it's better than the alternative of buying beef from a store. I mean, we won't buy beef from a store.
All right. Most people in Wathau County, Mississippi, spray their hay fields. Beware. Yes, most people
Most
around
people,
here do too.
right? Most people down in, I had to hunt hard to find somebody who did not spray their fields here.
And when we did, we bought. We got our last 20 rolls this week.
Yeah.
That's one thing we did this week was Danny had to unload hay. We got 40 rolls a week or so, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so I got 40 rolls 2 weeks ago, and then this week I got 20 more.
So that gives us enough hay for at least a year and a half, maybe a little longer, because we downed our cows. We're down to.
We got 4 cows and a bull and a calf.
Yeah. So we're
We're
good. We've downed all the meat chickens, so we're down to 3 meat turkeys.
Speaking of chickens, we have 8 Rhode Island red chickens that are a little over 2 years old. That if anybody needs them, we will sell them for $5 a piece. Because normally we butcher our chickens at 2 years old, but our freezers are full of chicken now, and we have no need for these chickens, so we would sell them to anybody local here for $5 a piece, and we have 8 of them, don't we? Yeah, so if anybody locally wants Rhode Island red chickens, and you don't mind 1, 2, 2.5 years old, I mean, they still lay eggs. You just come by, contact us or whatever, and we got a troll.
All right, Miss Lippy, get him.
You are more than welcome to, to come by and pick them up.
No, I can't even do it. Miss Lippy's.
Go to,
All right, I got.
Okay, we knocked it off right quick.
I don't know where my moderators went, but everybody disappeared.
Yeah, all my moderators went away. All of a sudden, I mean, it's like Deborah Oster caught them for 300 seconds.
Well, just ban them.
Ban them. Don't put them. Just ban them. I mean, we don't have time to.
I've been trying to. I reported it, but it ain't doing any good.
Thank you, Jason. I appreciate Jason Casper. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, try and ban the troll. That's all I can tell you because I'm trying.
Yeah. It's moving too fast for our internet to catch up with it.
It's I mean, I can't, and I'm afraid I'll be done somebody else. I don't know that I have the right person. All right, Lippy got it.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
I mean, they'll keep coming back because what they'll do is just keep creating another.
Lippy, you just have to keep banning to clear it up because I can't. Buddy's trying to get it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you get these low life losers. I mean, they're scum of the earth. You know.
We usually don't have trolls on our channel very often. Not like this. But with all that's been happening in the world, they think they gotta show themselves and act ugly. Oh, yeah, everybody can hit ban and block, and that helps our moderators if you can do that too.
Yeah.
That helps us a little bit, and it helps getting them.
Oh, let me see. I gotta get up here.
Delete them. Wow. Anyways, yeah, chickens. Somebody can send me a message at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And we'll get with them and they can come pick up some chickens.
You can block certain words, guys. That's one thing you can do.
I have a lot of words blocked. That keeps our chat pretty normal. But they obviously used words that
Now, see, they're
they're
doing
doing it
it.
again, just in a different way.
Just don't pay them any mind, because if you try to pay them any mind, all it does is fuels their sick little mind.
Somebody wants to know, what is a troll?
What you see happening right now, that's a troll.
Somebody that comes into a live stream and tries to run the chat with ugly, vulgar stuff.
Yeah.
And you just have to keep banning.
I tell you what. Oh, anyway. Yeah, we still got these chickens. You know, we got 8 of them, and if anybody's interested in them, just contact us. You know, $5 a piece, you can have them. We got no need for them because we done filled our freezer full, and you know.
And they'll still lay for another year, year and a half.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 years. Some people have them longer than that. But we usually keep ours about 2 years, and then we swap out. And usually we process them. But we just processed 40 meat birds.
Yes.
I don't need 8 more chickens in my freezer. And we have 3 turkeys. They're meat turkeys. Since we took the 40 meat birds out, the turkeys are growing. They just weren't eating as much as they needed to. What?
It's You're going all over to I don't play. That's one thing about me. You'll learn, anybody who's ever around me will know I have 0 tolerance for anything. I do not play. That's one thing about me. I don't play. Anyway, it's not to say they won't come back, because they already are.
They're already changed names and back again.
They changed names again. Look, the prayer still stands in the name of Christ. May it be done. David said, let me see my desire upon my enemies, and my desire right now is to see them destroyed. So whatever it takes, may it happen.
Thank you, Samini. I don't know how you say that.
Samia.
Samia. Something like that. Thank you. I can't read the chat because it's just fast.
Yeah,
I can't see anything, because when they put these messages up, it's multiple messages, so it keeps jumping y'all's questions. Awesome donation, Jason. Yes, Jason, we mentioned Jason a while ago. Thank you, sir, so much.
Yes. We put up 40 meat birds. Somebody asking how many meat birds did we end up putting up? We ended up putting up 40 of them.
What can you? Well, it said, what can you plant, and then it went away.
Yeah.
What it said, y'all. I'm sorry. Will you be putting up a canned chicken video? A canning chicken.
Canned chicken video. You said it right.
That didn't. Well, I did do some over on Crazy Days. If y'all don't follow me on Crazy Days, go over and like Crazy Days if you want canning and just all kinds of stuff over there. I did a video one day last week or this week. I done lost track of days, on canned chicken and chicken broth and stuff over there. I didn't go through the whole process and show you step by step, but I explained what I did and showed you some things. It was a quick tip. And I've got one on blueberries I just hadn't got up. And I don't remember, I did something else. Oh, I did the okra on here on Deep South. And I got a lot of people kind of poo-pawing my okra video, but Mr. Charles over at Old Alabama Gardener called and told me how to do that several years ago, about 5 or 6 years ago. And we've been doing that every year. And plus, I know a lot of people that say that is the best okra. They've been doing it for years and years. Some people grew up doing that. And so Mr. Charles was, I think he was in his 80s. I can't remember, but I know he was at least around 80. And he kind of knew what he was doing in a lot of things because he paid attention with canning. I've not had any problems with ball jar lids, really. People keep asking me. I don't think most of the time mine's sealed, so I don't have a whole lot of issues.
Oh, everybody wants an update on the catfish pond. The update is our catfish, we fed them this afternoon for the first time in several weeks.
Thank you, Tommy.
And actually, we saw a lot of young catfish coming up to feed. So we're very hopeful that the older ones have raised now. We've got a lot of them around 3 to 4 pounds in there, but we're noticing there's a lot of them now that maybe
about
I don't know,
12 inches,
yeah, maybe 10 or 12 inches long. So that means they've raised and are making a good comeback.
And we have a video next week on some things that went on here this week, with the ponds, with trees, with dirt, the whole 9 yards. Daniel.
We have a video coming up this week about another huge project here at Deep South Homestead. Somebody wants to know when they can start broccoli, cauliflower, and all that kind of seeds in Zone 8B. It's too late for that this year. That kind of stuff usually gets started maybe in September if you want to plant some for the fall in Zone 8, A or B. And then again, you can start them in like January or February in the spring for the spring planting.
It just got reconnecting.
Let's see here.
Okay, it was.
It's all, yeah.
Okay. Is your pond creek fed?
Our pond, Josh, is spring fed. We have spring fed from underground. When we was digging it, we hit a water stream underground and it just started filling up with water. So our ponds, both of them are spring fed. Where do you source your solar? Actually, 2 different places. We get through Renogy and what's this other one? We got a video coming up this week on one.
Is it Borg?
Borg, Bourge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got to do a video on the Borg. We're kind of behind on some of that stuff.
We're way behind on everything. Yes, you're right, Kansas. Misfit, it's Crazy Days. Yes.
DAZES.
Let's see here. They said the price of canning jars went up. I got a few cases before the price went up. Vine borers in my squash. What do you do, Judy? Oh, I've talked about this several times tonight already. What we use is Dr. Earth's Golden Bloom liquid phosphorus on ours once every week. Now that they're blooming good, I don't have any problem with them right now, and I don't know if it's because of that. Thank you, M. Foster. Really appreciate that.
What is the age that you can butcher Rhode Island Reds? And Deep asked what kind of chickens.
Anytime they get up to 2 or 3 pounds, you can do whatever you want to do.
They're Rhode Island Reds is the type chickens we have.
Yes.
Did you hear anything about a ship in the ocean that had oil in it, and someone got it?
No, I haven't. I'll be honest with you. This week, last 3 weeks has been really crazy here at Deep South Homestead with projects going on and people in and out, equipment in and out of here, doing big projects, and we just literally, I haven't spent much time on the internet doing much of anything.
I am not dehydrating any potatoes. I don't like to dehydrate much of anything. In our humid area, I can't seem to process them and put them in anything so far that they don't go bad. I've tried Mylar, I've tried everything, and I just finally quit with the dehydrating. I've been freeze drying, and right now I'm freeze drying zucchini, squash, onions. That's the main things the last couple of weeks I've been doing. I've done some chicken 3 or 4 times and stashed the chicken, and the chicken is amazing in a freeze dryer. What else have I done? Seems like there's one other thing. Onion, zucchini, squash, and chicken. I guess that's about it. I've been going and using mine pretty often.
Okay.
Did we dump Blue Eddy?
We haven't even used our Blue Eddies. I mean, to be honest with you,
We don't
With that
need
big-
them during the summer.
In the
We
summertime-
hardly ever use them except for a fan occasionally.
Now we do use the Blue Eddy at night at the cabin because we have DC lights over there at night. We do use a Blue Eddy over there. Okay, Mary says that Iran captured 2 Greek oil hauling vessels and is holding the crew hostage. That doesn't surprise me. That's probably true.
I have not freeze-dried herbs. For the most part, we have herbs here. The herbs that I have grow year-round, and I can just go out and pick them. There's no point in me putting them up. I tried doing that with the dehydrator, and like I said, no matter which way I did, they all started mildewing after a certain amount of time. Even in a completely vacuum sealed bags, things mildewed. So
somebody wants an update on the bone sauce. The bone sauce has worked perfect for us all year long.
we
Matter
have
of fact,
to get it out shortly.
I saw some deer tracks in the gravel road in front of my sweet potato patch out here today, but there was no deer tracks in the sweet potato patch. And we put bone sauce out last year, and they did not come over. So, we'll have to wait and see. Somebody wanted to know, have you freeze-dried any cooked or raw chicken
They
yet?
want to know, was it cooked raw? It was cooked chicken.
Yeah.
When I did the bone broth, I took and boiled all the bones. Any meat that I had, I took off, and I put I think I did it twice last week. I put the meat on a tray and freeze-dried it. And then the rest of it, a couple of days, I put in jars and canned.
Do you blanch your zucchini for the freeze dryer? No.
No, I just shredded mine. I shredded the zucchini and just put it on a tray and put it in there. And it's just, you could just crumble it up. If you wanted to make like zucchini bread or something, you could crumble it up into a powder. I'm leaving mine as shredded zucchini in case we want to make spaghetti. We like to use it in place of spaghetti noodles. We're going to see how that works shortly. Has anyone found a freeze dryer that's not several $1,000s? You won't find a freeze dryer
I don't think you'll find one
under about $2,500. Thank you, Jamie.
Treadway.
Jamie, yes.
How do you use the bone sauce? On the plants or around them? Around them. Do not put it on the plants.
We usually put something like a piece of cloth or something, and we put the bone sauce on it and stick it, or if we've got ribbon around, we put it on it or something like that.
If you raise your own roosters, Amy, you can butcher them at whatever age you want to. I mean, it's up to you. It totally depends on what size rooster you want. You can butcher them at any age when they get up to whatever size that you're interested in.
Yes, you can freeze dry potatoes. You can freeze dry them as mashed potatoes. You can freeze dry them as raw potatoes, but I would think you would blanch them first before you freeze dry them. You could make French fries. There's different ways you could cut your potatoes up and then freeze dry them, but I would say blanch them and then do it. Or if you've already cooked them, you can put them on the tray and freeze dry cooked potatoes.
Deb and Jack Garden Adventures. What's the best way to keep weeds down in the grassy area I'm using as a garden? I'm disabled and not able to dig up the grass. Large, a big giant tarpaulin, a billboard cover, black plastic, put any of that down and it will literally kill the grass. Staple it to the ground, put rocks on it, sandbags or something, and it will kill the grass after about a month or two, and then you can take it up and you can till the ground up or whatever you need to do, and the grass should be dead.
All right, mashed potatoes are awesome in the freeze dryer, and hash browns. Yeah. Not a Real Farm has been doing a lot of freeze drying. She does almost everything. She keeps hers going 24/7.
Cindy said, I grew huckleberries last year. They stayed covered in black ants. Why? I do not know. We haven't had that kind of problem.
Our huckleberries were amazing. And the guy that sent the popcorn, I tried the huckleberry popcorn today. It is absolutely delicious. I couldn't put it down.
I agree with Free America 2020. Deer are allergic to lead. Yes, lead works every time with deer.
All right, I've been blanching most of my fresh veggies before freeze drying. Maybe I don't need to.
You don't need to.
No, I mean, if you want to, I guess you can, but that just kind of puts more water into them, and the whole purpose of freeze drying is taking the water out. And
The sweet potato from the vine should be perfectly edible. There shouldn't be a problem with it. I mean, that's how you get sweet potatoes is from the vine.
hello from Stonewall, Mississippi, last cowboy cabin.
All right.
Christy Betts says her son bought a house yesterday and immediately started talking about gardening and composting. She's so proud.
All right. There are some flowers that deer don't like. Yeah, I mean things like rosemary and uh, there's other things like that's an herb. I know it's not a flower, but there's lots of things that deer don't like.
You guys go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Somebody said we don't have it 92 thumbs up. Come on. There's got to be more than y'all. Yeah. Somebody says 433. Okay, I don't know. Imagine. Shalom.
Any
Dave,
recommendations to where a good place to move? With specific information, please. Texas, Mississippi, Oklahoma, what city?
Thank you.
Thank you. Probably the northwest corner of Arkansas or the southwest corner of Missouri. That's going to be the two places that I'm going to even come close to recommending right now.
We like Mississippi, but we're partial.
I like Mississippi, and I don't want nobody else moving here.
If you can find something reasonable, we're not saying that Mississippi.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad place. I mean, there's nothing reasonable.
I saw Mississippi as the #1 cheapest state to live in, and I don't know where their information.
I don't know where that information comes from because it is not true.
Land is outrageous.
Land is definitely outrageous in Mississippi.
I think land in Mississippi compares with land in like big towns.
Southeast Missouri is not a good place. You're too close to the New Madrid Fault. No, I would not go to Southeast Missouri. You're right at the New Madrid Fault line.
Aletha says, yeah, not Mississippi. Aletha's in Mississippi too. Well, I guess we welcome people that are like-minded.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we have people that just kind of move in that have no clue.
Yeah.
And Danny and I are looking at new neighbors in the next month or so.
Yeah, we got new neighbors coming in the next month, and
we haven't met them. We don't even know who they
know
are
anything
yet.
about them. Have no clue.
So we're hoping for really good neighbors. My potatoes are putting off potato seeds. How do you put
seeds up to replant next year? Don't even worry with it because you probably won't get anything out of it worth eating. I mean, it takes years to to develop a new tomato from seeds in it, and then you don't know if they're even going to be edible. Gary says, "I love living in Mississippi." I love living in Mississippi. I just don't love everybody else living in Mississippi.
Howdy from Corinth, Mississippi. See, we got lots of people from South Mississippi as paradise. It is till mid this 100 degree heat index with the humidity level at 90 plus.
That humidity gets up there, boy. It's like Hades.
Yeah. We're fine until the humidity and the heat all get up there at one time. Today's been nice. Today's been a nice day.
Okay, Deb and Jack says, what's the best way to cook eggplant and or okra? New crop for me.
I fried okra today.
We had fried okra today. It was great.
I take my okra after I slice it and I batter it with corn flour. And I just let it sit for a while. And then I put some lard, our lard that we rendered down. I put it in a pan, and I don't put very much in there. Thank you, Ron. And I just put a little bit of the lard in there, and I fry it on one side, and when it's brown, I flip it and fry it on the other side. That way I don't overuse lard, and it's not soaked in it, and it was perfect. It was really good.
Yes, Bill Gates is buying up a lot of land.
Let's see. Howdy from East Texas. We got a lot of Texas people. They say the okra chips. Now I freeze dried okra, and I'm freeze drying okra starting tomorrow because I've got it on a tray in the freezer. We like freeze dried okra. I even did a video, I believe, showing that I fried the okra. After I freeze dried it, I rehydrated it, then I battered it, then I fried it, and Danny couldn't hardly tell that it was even had been freeze dried. He thought it was pretty close to fresh. So you can freeze dry your okra, take it back out for those of you that have freeze dryers, add a little bit of moisture to it, batter it, and fry it. It works wonders.
Somebody said that they're late to the thing tonight. Did we happen to get the package that they sent?
You have to tell me.
We have not. Look, we have been so busy. We have not left our homestead in 7 days. And then when we did leave it before then, it was to go to a graduation. We have not been to town in probably 10 days. So if it come to town,
yeah, I hadn't got it yet.
We have not got it yet. Meatballs freeze dry, amazing, they said.
I haven't tried that. How to find land that's for sale in Deep South. You go on something like the best way is to go on one of your sites on just put Mississippi.
Put South Mississippi local realtors. You'll have somebody like Paul Hardy, Gene Alexander.
That's here, but
well, South Mississippi.
He said Deep South.
Deep South Mississippi. That's where we live.
He didn't say Mississippi. He just said in the Deep South.
In the Deep South. I mean, what I'm talking about is just go to wherever you think you want to be at. Look for local realtors. Don't do this land watch thing and this MLS system or something. Find your local realtors because they're the ones who you're going to be able to work with and find the best deals. Best rural internet, Monkey Food Garden. I don't know.
There's not any.
There is not any where we live at. I can tell you that. So I don't know what to recommend.
Yeah, and Danny's daughter is a local realtor here in South Mississippi.
South Mississippi. Oh, see, they said I meant South Mississippi. Yeah, you need to talk to my daughter Jennifer from Cameron Bell Realtors. My daughter Jennifer handles all of Southern Mississippi.
Yeah, check out Jennifer Johnson at Cameron Bell Realty.
Idaho Hoosier said those are tax write-offs for gates. Yeah, Wanda and I do the same thing for tax write-offs. I mean, we'll buy stuff, whether it's land or whatever, we buy it for tax write-offs because every year we got to spend such an ungodly amount of money in taxes. If we don't, then the government gets our money and then they send it to Pakistan or Iran and then they send a bomb over here to blow us up. You know what I mean? So it's better to invest your money into yourself.
Let's see. We just looked at 150 acres with a farmhouse for less than $300,000.
If it's in any decent shape, you better jump on it.
Yeah. Usually the places sell within, like our neighbors sold within 2 to 3 hours. It was done deal.
Permapasture farm. Why would they do that if they're not straight planned out thing?
They're asking Billy something.
Oh, I think so. I didn't know.
Yeah. Let's see. Partly cut okra, then freeze in serving size bag, and it will be good as fresh cooked. Yes. Ron said, Danny, talk about
nose pops. That's a commercial thing that peanut butter in little container on electric fence for deer.
Oh, putting peanut in something.
Yeah, Ron, we since we've been using Billy's bone sauce, we haven't had a deer on our property.
No, we've been very blessed with that.
I mean, literally, it has stopped them from coming on our property, and that's the reason I tell everybody, try that bone sauce. It's worked. We hadn't had a raccoon mess with nothing. We didn't have nothing mess with.
We know we have a possum.
I know I got a possum because I throwed out them chicken guts and they came to the chicken innards, but other than that, we have not seen an animal on this place nowhere.
Ticks are very bad in Pennsylvania. That's one of the reasons I have chickens.
Guineas are better for ticks than chickens are.
Yeah, we kind of thought about guineas, but they make too much noise.
Yeah. Land prices are too high, Marty said. They are very high, yes.
Oh, I was gonna say something that we had somebody in, I think they're in North Mississippi, but I don't remember which part of North Mississippi. They asked about people that lived in Mississippi. So is there any kind of, I don't know if there's a platform out there where people can get together like-minded? Y'all tell me. They're an older couple that stay home most of the time, but they would like somebody in their area to converse with and talk about gardening and stuff like that because they don't have anybody. And I just don't remember. It was North Mississippi up above Jackson, somewhere in that area. But I know I told them on the live stream that lots of times there's a lot of people here that maybe they could figure out where somebody in their area is. I just have to read my emails again, and I don't remember what it was.
Um,
Lou said I would like to know too. Yeah, 150 acres undeveloped, no utilities, Ozark Mountains, 250,000. Wow. You have to be careful here in Mississippi when you're looking at land that it does not have Kogon grass on
Kogon
it,
grass, yeah.
totally covered in Kogon grass, and then you have to be careful that it's not wetland. Is your arm hurting?
Yeah, my arms start hurting. Danny, have you seen Living Traditions, planting corn? Really nice. Yes, we know Kevin and Sarah personally. They've talked to us about it.
I talked to Sarah this week.
Yeah, Wanda talked to Sarah this week personally. Yeah.
And Danny watched the video today.
Yeah.
He was listening to it today.
Yeah, we're good friends with Kevin and Sarah. They're really close
We
friends
sent
of
them the
ours.
corns to get them to try it anyway.
Yeah. What will keep snakes out of my chicken pen? Lime. You put lime on the ground. A lot of times, snakes do not like lime on the ground because it irritates their skin, and in between their scales, it irritates them, and they'll stay away a lot of times just using lime.
When do you take your shade cover off? We have not taken it off in 2 years.
We never take it off. It's too hot.
The sun is so intense right now. It only got up to what, 80 today? It was about 80?
86.
86. We had a cool day, y'all. We had a cool front come through, and it's been really nice today. But the sun is so intense, and we have to leave the shade cloth on all the time.
And don't buy too much land, only what you need. Frank, I buy all I can get my hands on because they're not making any more of it. The more land you own, the better off you are.
Set something up so you don't have to share your money with Google, please. We have a PayPal account. We have a PO box.
Yeah,
PayPal, you can send things family and friends. It doesn't cost anything. A lot of people don't like to do other things. They're only on YouTube, and they like to do the super chats because that's where they are. So that's why we have super chats. We weren't really.
Yeah. Do I recommend a high tunnel for Michigan? If you're going to do a high tunnel in Michigan, I recommend the Gothic style because
Snow loads.
Snow loads. The Gothic style is designed to handle snow loads. So that's what I would use if I was in Michigan. And I would still do one.
Doesn't Boss of the Swamp have one that's, I don't know how he does his.
His is the fiberglass panels.
Oh, okay.
Like ours is out behind the shop.
Yeah, okay. I wondered. I knew he had one. I just didn't remember what it was made out of. He does pretty good with his.
Somebody asked a question a while ago, can you put a hand pump on a existing well? You can, but you have to determine, is your hand pump a shallow well or a deep well? If it's a shallow well, you can only go 25 feet. If it's a deep well, then yes, you can.
All right, tell them what kind of grass in Mississippi to watch out for and why.
Kogon grass. It is very invasive. It will take a place over. You cannot stop it unless you use Roundup and arsenic mixed together. And if you do that, you will kill any tree, you'll kill anything on the property. And then your soil has been poisoned with that Roundup and arsenic. And I'm telling you, do not buy land that has Kogon grass on it.
Yeah, we looked at a piece of property here about a year ago. And I told Danny, I said, let's buy it, let's buy it, let's buy it. And he's like, let's talk about this. We get home. Number one, it had a power line running right through the middle of it.
Yeah, that was the first
flag. But number two, there were fields of Kogon. I'm talking fields of
deep Kogon.
About 2 feet deep. And it was blooming. And he said, no way. He said we'd have to poison the whole land.
You have to poison all the land. And I told him, said no.
It wouldn't be good for years. So we couldn't benefit from it.
How much time do we have to prepare for what is coming? Time is over. It's too late now. I mean, if you're not prepared now, you're probably going to die. I mean, let's just be honest about it. Matter of fact, I got a video coming this week about that.
Okay, y'all, just prepare what you can.
Do what you can do, but if you're just now starting,
you got to be on the ball.
You better have a lot of money, and you better be able to get to a store and start doing what you can do, because you're not going to have time to grow it and do it. Probably by this fall, we're going to probably start seeing some massive issues.
Yeah, we already getting people telling us different things, and it's different things across the country. According to where you're at and what you need, what you see they're out of. Even my granddaughter told me when she went to buy groceries that there was a lot of things in the grocery store that she went to that wasn't there.
They're already out of it.
So she was going to have to go to a different.
Was it simple as salt?
Yeah.
That was out of salt. I mean, go figure. Actually. Gosh, those. What can I say?
No.
The 22nd of this month, a certain person that wears adult diapers in the big white house, he tried to give away all of our sovereignty to the WHO, and for some reason they rejected it. Can you believe that? That was kind of amazing.
We went to the gas station. It was out of diesel. That's Jan in Canada. Wow. What is the best cover crop to deter weeds?
I don't know if there is a cover crop to deter weeds now. The best thing to deter weeds, Jen, is just put down a ground cover. Himalayan salt at Winco has been out for a long time, they said.
There's only supposed to be 10 weeks of wheat left in the world. Yeah, I heard that too.
I've heard the same thing about that now.
Florida was out of salt in the winter.
But they have it now.
Yeah, I think it's according to trucking and different things, how they're getting things. Right now we have, usually when we go into any of our stores, everybody's stocked. Everything's stocked up. They were low for a while, but now it's like everything that they ordered last year while it was low and they kept ordering, all of it came in. So they ended up like if they ordered 4 times something, and 4 different months and it didn't come in, now all 4 months is coming in. You know, it's kind of weird.
Let's see here. Some places, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all, they're limiting the amount of diesel fuel that you can buy. I forgot what the dollar limit is. There's several places in the United States that they have a dollar limit that once you reach it, you can't go over that amount. They won't sell you anymore. I want to say it was around, I don't know, $70 or $80, something like that. Once you reach $70 or $80,
I don't know.
They tell you.
I got to start in on Danny's pecans.
Miss Wanda's eating my parched pecans here.
These things are addictive. I've been taking about a quart at a time. I've been pouring butter over them and salting them down and then stick them in the oven. I think about 300 for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, stirring them off and on.
Yeah.
Till they start browning and then take.
Okay, Gary said the limit was $70. Okay.
Did you say where?
I don't know where, but I remember it was somewhere up in,
In
well,
ours.
Betty says
Ours.
$75. What if we put Kogon grass on Bill Gates' land?
I'm sure he bought his share of it.
I'm sure if he's bought Mississippi, he's bought his share of it.
Yeah.
Keystone is always out of canned beef. Diesel here is over $5. It's around $5 a gallon here too. $75 in Alabama also. So it's $75. It's getting to be that way everywhere. I had heard that it was getting to be that way.
Lori said Missouri banks are limiting spending $75 on gas.
It costs almost $200 to fill my truck up. I'd be in trouble.
That's crazy.
Uh,
Well, what gets me now, the banks can tell you what you can and can't spend your own money for. That's how come I keep taking mine.
Allison said cars there are limited to 100.
Mm. What are we looking at?
Actually, we're over our time here.
75 in Missouri, $7 for gas there.
Yeah, that's what I thought there was getting to be a limit. Now I don't know if we have a limit here. I got to go buy some diesel this week. I've been using my stash down a lot here since we've had a lot of heavy equipment running here. So I'm gonna have to go back and refurbish some of it, but I'll find out if there's any here or not.
Well, the station we go to, he don't limit nothing.
Well, he might have to. I mean,
he might have to, but it's a privately owned thing, and so I'm pretty sure you can pay part of it, and I'll pay part of it. Thank you, Ron. He said I messed up and bought a
that owner planted purslane at once. Yeah, you can eat it, but hard to get rid of it. Yep. You're right, Ron. You're exactly right. That's a problem with lots of things. People bring it on their property and they don't think about how invasive some things are, and then their property ends up getting taken over by it. Yes, shouting at the clouds. You can store diesel fuel for up to 10 years. Now, this new diesel fuel is ultra low sulfur. So if you've got old diesels and you're gonna run it in them, make sure you add a little small can of 2-cycle mixing oil in with it, or you'll burn your engines up.
How long can you store diesel?
You can store diesel for a long time if you keep the right stuff in it.
Yeah. Danny bought up enough chainsaw gas. It's kind of expensive.
It is expensive, but I bought airplane fuel to run in my chainsaws.
It's shelf stable.
And it's shelf stable for 3 to 4 years, and hopefully that'll get us beyond where we need to get with it.
Because chainsaws might come in handy.
Yeah.
You just might need that, and a lot of people don't think about that. And I know a lot of people mix theirs with the 2-cycle oil and stuff. But this is shelf stable, and it will last a long time as long not opened.
Okay, we got to jump off here, guys. We got to say a prayer, and see if we can't get off here. We haven't been on for over an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Mark is having a bad headaches. But he says new diesel will only last a year with stable.
And stable is the name of the stuff you put in it.
Stable's the name of the stuff you put in it there. Mr. Buddy's a diesel mechanic, so he ought to know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we got to say our prayers here. Father, we come to you tonight and we just pray for you. Pray, Lord, for the people in the chat here tonight. Lord, it looks like things are starting to come down in our country. We knew it was going to happen. And we're asking tonight that if any of them has to have gas or diesel or DEP or any of the other things that goes along with it, Lord, that you'll allow them to be able to get enough to stock up and to store it and have it so that they can not have to worry about all these shortages that's coming about, because we know it's all evil. We know that it's all a planned out scenario and scheme. Father, so watch over the ones in the chat here tonight and take care of them, Father. Help them to be able to grow all the food that they need to be able to grow. I pray that their pantries are full, their storehouses are full. Lord, kick out the windows of heaven for them and help them to be able to have everything that they need for an extended period of time. Make the finances available for them so that they can afford to do whatever they need to do, and help them not to waste one dime, Father, on silly, trivial things like junk food, movies, and stuff like this, vacations and all that kind of stuff. Trivial junk that's just, Father, help them to be able to just be able to save their money and spend it wisely on food, gas, different things that they're going to need, propane for heating this winter, wood to store up to heat their houses with if they've got fireplaces or wood heaters. Lord, help them to find all the stuff that they need to be able to find to be able to be in good shape whenever the ball finally comes down on us, Father. We know that it's coming. It's rolling fast right now, and they are not going to let it stop. So, Father, I pray for everyone here tonight. I pray for their health also, Lord. I pray that you'll watch over them physically. And, Lord, I pray for their spiritual condition, because truthfully and honestly, it doesn't really matter what we do if our spiritual condition is not taken care of and we haven't accepted the Lord as our personal Savior. It doesn't matter how much we've stocked up. It doesn't matter how much we saved. We're still looking at spending an eternity in a devil's hell, Father. And so I pray, Lord, that everyone here will get their soul in order first and then get their house in order so that they'll be able to provide for their families, their children, their loved ones, their neighbors, or anybody that they can help, Father. And Lord, tonight, forgive us when we failed you in the kingdom of heaven. Watch over the people that have to be in the hospitals, and Lord, that have tests that need to be run, or people that are sick or anything like this, Lord. I pray for them for healing for their bodies now, and for the doctors that you guide their hands if they have to have surgeries. Mr. Ray said tonight, I'll pray personally for him, Lord. He said he had a headache, was having problems, and Mark was having problems. And Lord, I know Mr. Ray's wife has lupus. We're going to pray for her. And Lord, we're just going to continue to pray for everybody that we know to pray for tonight. And we ask your healing blessing upon their lives now. We ask these things in thy name. Amen. Okay.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Okay, $70 for $80 won't help
A big
big rig. That's right. That's right. Big rigs can take up to $900 to fill up. Now, I don't know what kind of amendments they're going to make for that, but they're going to have to do something. Or they might.
Just have to stop at every gas station areas.
They have to stop 10 times to fill a tank up, I reckon.
No, I mean, I guess it stops it. I don't have a clue. Well, thank you guys for stopping in, and y'all go check out Crazy Days and the women that were in the collaboration with me. I think y'all will enjoy all of them. Every one of them did a good job. I got to laugh at most all of them were like me. They were trying something that kind of freaked them out a little bit. But they did it. They stepped outside their comfort zone and they enjoyed what they were doing. And so y'all check out all those and go check out Crazy Days.
Guys, at the end of the thing tonight, I want to tell you, be prepared for excessive heat. Excessive heat is coming to the eastern part of the United States here pretty soon, and don't be surprised what it leads to. That's all I'm going to say. At the end of our thing tonight, I want to just make sure that I tell you guys, be prepared in the eastern, especially the northeastern part of the United States. Be prepared for excessive heat coming. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to go any kind of in-depthness about it, but it's going to be coming.
And the ones that are getting an awful lot of rain before long, it's
rain
to go away, and then it's going to be dry. So
Yep.
be prepared for a lot of dryness.
Be prepared for drought. If you're getting flooded and inundated with water right now, especially if you're in the central part of the United States,
It's fixing to
it's fixing to make a flip. and you're going to be wishing you had rain before it's over. I thought I'd throw that in right here at the end. For those of you who like to stay afterwards, sometimes I'm going to give you a little bit of a tidbit about what's coming. So, once again, guys, not only that, you're going to have some blackout issues in the very near future. Not yet. There is a company that I work with that has now found out that some of the transformers that's been shipped to the United States have self-destructive devices within them that a cell phone can actually destroy the transformers. So guys, another tidbit. Thank you from Deep South Homestead. Let the chat run now. Pretty slow there.